Good day, I'm Noptula Princess Mzimela. Today I'm going to be your presenter for our today lessons on life orientation for grade 10 class. Our today topic, it says democracy and human rights. Then our subtopic, it says understanding the meaning and the importance of human rights in democratic society. Lesson aim on democracy and human rights. At the end of this lesson, the learners should be able to do the following. They need to define the concept of human rights and explain why it is important in a democratic society. Analyze and evaluate different perspectives on human rights, including their limitations and challenges. They need to understand the history and evolution of human rights, such as international treaties or declarations, and their role in promoting a culture of democracy and social justice. Learners should be able to demonstrate effective communication skills through discussions, debates, or presentation. They need to be able to develop a sense of responsibility towards promoting and defending human rights in their own community. Learners should be able to utilize technology to analyze or research information about human rights issues and interpret data accurately. Should be able to engage in critical reflection and evaluation of their own values and beliefs about democracy and human rights. Lastly, they should be able to develop empathy and understanding towards individuals or groups who have been marginalized or disadvantaged because of human rights violation. LTMS, those are the material that were used during our lesson, which includes the following, which are textbooks, quizzes, newspaper article, Bill of Rights essay, constitution, multimedia presentation, social media, and also the use of Google. Introduction. It is where we are going to name and motivate the teaching strategy that I'm going to follow and apply. Based on this lesson, as a teacher, I recommended to use inquiry-based learning as it involved active explorations and investigation of questions or problems. Students will be encouraged to ask questions, conduct research, analyze information, and draw their own conclusion. This strategy promotes critical thinking, problem-solving skills, and also student-led learning. Students will engage in discussions, debates, and reflective activities to deepen their understanding of democracy and human rights. It encourages students to explore and question. They become active participants in their learning process, fostering curiosity and independent thinking. Secondly, we have to name and motivate the teaching method that I'm going to follow and apply. Based on this learning, it requires me to use different types of teaching method for learners to better understand the topic. Firstly, I can use cooperative learning because it allows learners to work in team to achieve a common goal. They can work together to share their knowledge, skills, and experiences to understand the topic better. Secondly, I can use discussion method. I like this teaching method as it will challenge my students to think about complex issues. Students will be able to identify potential solutions for societal issues related to human rights and democracy. Lastly, I have to use role play. I can use this teaching method as it can be used to stimulate critical thinking by introducing students to scenarios related to human rights and democracy. Students can pretend to be a particular person or group of people who have a stake in a particular society. This method allows students to use creative, analytic, and communication skills, as well as problem-solving abilities to identify and resolve problems. Here it comes to introduction that connects with prior knowledge and describe the purpose of the lesson. To establish what learners already know about the topic, I will ask the following question. What does it mean to be a responsible citizen in a democratic society? By asking this question, this will connect the prior knowledge to our previous lessons. Learners can explore personal and social responsibility. In our today's lesson, we will build upon knowledge and delve deeper into the important topic of democracy and human rights. The purpose of this lesson is that by understanding democracy and human rights is crucial as it empowers us to be the responsible and engaged citizens. By learning about this principle, we gain a deeper appreciation of our rights and the importance of protecting the rights of others. Development of content and connect with prior knowledge. I will use current and news articles, encourage students to critically analyze and discuss these events in class. Videos and multimedia. These include videos, short documentaries, or multimedia that highlights specific human rights issues, historical events, or influential figures. Engage students through questions and discussions. Consult reputable textbook and reference books on the topic of democracy, human rights, and civic education. Consolidation. As a teacher, I can engage students in a reflective discussion about the lessons, content, and activities. I also ask open-ended questions to encourage students to reflect on what they have learned, their personal thoughts, and any insights gained. Lastly, encourage students to share their own experiences, examples, or questions. We have assessment during the lesson. Those are the questions that are asked during the lesson and their possible answers. What are human rights and why they are important in a democratic society? Human rights are sets of universal principles relating to human dignity, equality, and fairness that apply to everyone everywhere. They are essential for the preservation of individual liberty and respecting human dignity. Can you identify an example of a human rights violation? Apartheid in South Africa, Holocaust, Rwanda genocide, racism and xenophobia, unequal pay for equal payment, sexual harassment, and cultural or religious discrimination. How can human rights evolve over time? Human rights have undergone a significant transformation due to advocacy movement, legal developments, and international treaties. This evolution promotes the idea that individuals' rights supersede state sovereignty. What is the relationship between human rights and democracy? Human rights are fundamental components of democratic governance and play a critical role in human developments of democratic values and practices, including individuals' liberty, the rule of law, accountability, and transparency. I'd like to thank for the given time, and I'd like to also thank for your opportunity to listen to my lessons. Thanks.